E- And I go to think about peace forum. I'm trying to just understand the question, uh, what have I attained? I would think, or even attempt in mind to understand that attainment is a personal goal. It's even a humane interpersonal goal. Um, to you know, it's not always one of perspective. Um, Personally, I think it's um, one of interpersonal initiative. Um, I mean, you you act on attainment too. Um, you can even, you know, reserve like if you attain something, you can reserve action um, to uh, share with others perspective in the world, or decision and action in the world, or more formal action. Sometimes action does require attainment, especially in broader things, where initiative is critical, where action has more motion, meaning, or gravity to it. What have I attained? My level of awareness of myself has not always been the strongest. I know that's not always what people want to hear is the first thing. Um, but I try to look at life and understand attainment where I can. Uh, but I also trying to understand and feel the view that I have, where it began ever biologically in me. In some ways, if I suffer from some separation in what I thought, felt, or other, but that's not really a matter of attainment, but there's more of a separation, I guess. Some people really dig in um, to what people go through. You know, what are people's uh, daily sense of motion to where they spend their time and effort. Even if people really don't, uh, you know, people maybe at the forefront see more um, just about their. And it's not a merit. Attainment isn't always merit, but merit's more of a retainer. I don't know, attainment. Um, Personally, it's it's wise to listen to viewpoints and try and understand how they reflexively are acting, and try to understand where the ground for what they do is solid. I'm not biggest debater. Um, I have the best rapid development of anyone anywhere. But mm, I think in a free society, um, whether there's more of a co-equal throughput, I don't know what I don't think all countries agree. Um, they agree with what's right in the world, um, but their own process and order. I mean, do you use, if you had the biggest attainment and were only one person or only one nation, would you share it? Would you reach to another nation uh, to find agreement uh, into how prosperity would work? Maybe you want to lift people up that just are have a slower motion in society, or people who need to be brought up from stagnation of poverty, or things that are true disparity to go through, um, so they can lead their lives in a good way. Um, Sometimes I don't know. For me, it's hard to see. Uh, it's the throughput. I mean, there could be a lot of cross narrative that nations might agree when actions are formally actionable. Um, I don't know. 2030 and beyond, I think a lot of resolution will take place. Um, See, to the end of most wars, I'm concerned where agreements, or I'm concerned what agreements will be like. It just piques my interest because there is a lot of I don't know. There's a lot of maybe spiritual stagnation in people, or humane stagnation in people, and that can always be lifted up. But attainment's use in society as a top-down thing, I think has drifted considerably, and that way all action is formally decided in people who begin early, so that their action in society can have a broader reach, so that people may formally choose that or commit themselves to attainment. If I saw that people could reach outside and act, and I'm someone that people might form respect with it. I'm not really acting. I'm not really attaining. Yeah. I mean, it's more of a interpersonal, more of a development thing that I'm like a unround wheel. It's like having a square wheel, or one wheel that goes backwards that's square on a vehicle. Or maybe the vehicle really doesn't move. It's just a stationary vehicle. Um, but I think what would make the world a better place, I think what would make the world a better place is I do think it's right to allow people more independence in life, uh, and people have that natively about them. I mean, not all poverty breaks people, uh, but it's untimely. It's their time in the world, but I think that people deserve, you know, health as well. Um, they deserve to be, I don't know, human, not necessarily English or something, but common goods. I don't know. I believe more in common goods. I just don't know what necessarily expands those common goods always. Um, I don't know. If I could choose, I'd rather eradicate maybe poverty in the world than and find more mutual cooperation in nations instead of maybe an impedance, maybe where it breaks that order. But I see America maintaining, you know, the past context of where it was broken to make right on those wrongs. I see world economies, maybe like China, that might have, but they don't always fly. But I'm ground level. I'm like very low to the ground. So a lot of things in China do fly. I mean, I don't know. Does everybody really do what works for them, or do they? Are they? Me, I'm seen as rather complacent. Um, but I don't know. I think I think as a worldview, um, and where attainment might start, but not always develop in people, um, is probably in, you know, maybe not always complacency in person, but not always abroad as a worldview. I think if worldviews exchange and soft power, and systems were more open, um, and more commutable, I think they'd find that, you know, people would people would gain more worldliness. I think worldliness is a higher value to access work, because I don't know if work ever ends to uh, try and situate people so that something is better conditionally for them. You know, people that you know, jump in a lake. Like if I were to jump in a lake, it would be so bad for me. My biome sucks. It's terrible. Um, but I wonder where those steps towards that have grifted or drifted away, uh, where they should have firmly been planted due to government, maybe the unavailability, or the cycle of people. But I really hope they bring a lot more to the world, a lot more exchange to the world. I do. I was more raised in the '90s with the words, hearing the words of open exchange, open economy, open things like that. So I'm trying to understand, you know, where's the bulkhead? So, or where's the critical mass of its something's deployment into something good? I don't know. I still try to be, you know, avert that it's possible. And I think a lot of those things do improve and add up. and they have their own order within nations. Um, I don't know. Hope people hope people get a chance to do that. Hope people aren't left behind or erased. Um, hope people's actions uh, benefit them and others. I hope there are softening in pose and position to make powers sort of a more effective equalizer to people who are in poverty or stuck spiritually or in faith um, but somewhere in the middle where people can work and act successfully and experience life. Uh, have extracurricular travel activities. Communicate, contact people, stuff like that. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't want to be incomplete on what attainment is, though. I know that.